So got a little bit of breaks today in some of the rain, but it really ramps up again overnight.
It does. It ramps up tonight, ramps up tomorrow, but then after that we start to head into a dry stretch of weather. So right now the summer fair looks like it's going to be all right as we head into this upcoming weekend. The Red Series against the Braves, all of that looks like the weather finally turns around. Maybe even some pool weather if you're okay with slightly cooler temperatures heading out to the pool. But at least we won't have to deal with what we're dealing with now, which is rainfall. We've got that scattered rain all across the area. Some heavier pockets starting to work their way into areas just north of the 275 loop, as well as parts of Kentucky down toward Owen County. You're seeing some slightly heavier rain starting to work its way through there. So right around Westchester, around I-75, you've got some heavier pockets starting to make their way further off to the north. Areas around Ross Township, also seeing that. Okeana, you're seeing some of those heavier pockets working in there as well. Fairfield too. Heavier pockets of rain. Along I-71, we're starting to see a few more of those developing in South Lebanon and areas just to the north. I would say you're likely to see some of these heavier pockets. No thunder or lightning associated with this quite yet, and I don't really think that's going to be something that's much of an issue for us here this evening or this afternoon, but tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, that is all something that's a possibility. Some rumbles of thunder certainly looking to be possible for us. Across Kentucky, areas of Covington, Newport, especially over by Fort Thomas, you're seeing that light rainfall. Light rain over by Newtown, Anderson, right around Norwood, still seeing some light rainfall. Just to the south of the lateral, that's going to start to work its way slowly further to the north, right around Silverton, Blue Ash, you're seeing some breaks, but I do expect to see some of this rain moving into your neck of the woods here fairly soon. Batavia, you're also seeing some of those heavier pockets of downpours. Rainfall stretching essentially areas north of the AA highway, both east and west. We've got Bethel dealing with some of that light rainfall, Mount Orab, and then right around Adams County. Still seeing some light rain that's working up toward Hillsborough, and then areas around Highland County and Clinton County, you're still seeing some of that rainfall as well. All thanks to this stalled out front that's really in no hurry to get out of here. Eventually we are going to see a warm front lifting through, which helps kind of trigger some of those showers and storms throughout the day tomorrow, kind of off and on, starting at first in the morning, and then as we get into the afternoon, we will see more scattered rain moving through the greater Cincinnati area. Here's this evening, closer to about 7 o'clock. So trying to get any yard work done maybe after the holiday weekend. Not going to be something that I think is very probable for you tonight, tomorrow either. Starting things off in the morning, I do think there could be more scattered rain than this is letting on first thing in the morning tomorrow between about 4 and 5 o'clock. And then throughout the rest of that Wednesday morning commute, I do think you should anticipate at times at least seeing some rainfall, possibly even hearing some thunder. Some of those heavier downpours will be a possibility too. There will be occasional breaks tomorrow throughout the day, but I do think once we get into the afternoon and evening especially, we begin to see some heavier pockets kind of starting to pop up. This could put down anywhere from about a ½ inch to an inch of rain. But if you get caught under one of these heavier downpours, it's entirely possible that you're picking up a quick 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. For that reason, with that localized flooding concern, the National Weather Service decided to go ahead and issue the flood watch for tomorrow. So that's going to be in effect tonight through the day tomorrow. And with that, we are going to see the potential for some higher totals. Generally, most of us picking up about an inch or so of rainfall, but there is that possibility that some localized communities could see 2 to 3. And especially if that happens to a flood-prone area or spot close to the river, you'll want to keep that in mind. The rest of the week, once we get to Thursday, looks great. We've got sunshine on the way. Temperatures sitting in the mid-70s to low 80s. Ashley and Sheree.